Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's chapter 49 of Rapid Fate Online, and this one is titled Back to Reality. Just a side note before we start, there is an adult scene in here that I have cut out, but I will put the link in the description. Hey, you cooed gently. It's okay, I'm surprised that they've put this much detail into RFO. Like, they've actually made the anatomy on. Butterfly mumbled embarrassedly into the crook of your neck, where you had held on to him when he tried to roll you off. I'm so sorry, I can't control these feelings I have towards you. I'm not asking you to control your feelings. I love you, Butterfly. I want you to feel comfortable with me, with all of me, you added. He clutched you tighter and refused to pull his head from your neck, so you kissed the tip of his ear instead. We've been together for how long now? You asked him softly. I'd like to take our relationship a little further. Not like all the way, but I want to make you feel good. You could feel his heart thumping in his chest as your bodies stayed close together, and he remained silent for the longest time. Seeing as he hadn't said anything more, you took his silence as a sign of his discomfort and decided that you had said too much. With a heavy sigh, you pulled back from him. I'm sorry, my love, I said too much. Please forgive me. You're not ready, I get it. I'm happy to wait until you're more comfortable. Wait, he said softly, his head down. That's not it. I really want to do things with you. I just don't know what I'm doing. I've never had a girlfriend or wife before. That's the best part about this. We're in this together. And I'm just as new at this as you are, you said reassuringly. He looked up into your eyes, a calm washing over his features. You're sure? Positive. And we can stop whenever you like, he added, giving him the power to put the brakes on when he felt like things were going too far or too fast. And the same goes for me too. Just tell me if you're getting uncomfortable and I'll stop immediately. Ha! Zero chance of that happening, my boy, you said playfully as you pushed him onto his back and pulled the covers back to straddle him. He tried to cover his blushing face with his hands, but you took them off his eyes and placed them on your waist instead. You can look at me, Butterfly. I want you to look at me and enjoy touching me everywhere. He blushed, but allowed his hands and fingers to gently trace your sides, and you let out a little breathy moan as your eyelids fluttered closed slightly. That feels really nice, you whispered to him to encourage his movements. Poor Butterfly was stuck between wanting to run and wanting to take things further. His eyes roamed your semi-naked form as his fingers traced you as modestly as possible, desperately trying to keep his mind from wandering into that delicious gutter of impure thoughts, but the fact that you were letting out little moans of satisfaction was not helping the riot that was going on in his mind. Slowly you inched backwards, wanting to connect with that rather large bulge that you'd felt beforehand, and you soon found it, smirking slightly as you lifted yourself up and over it and then sat down again gingerly. Thoroughly exhausted from your pre-sleep exercise, you both ended up falling into a deep sleep pretty quickly, still cuddling together in the middle of the bed. The next morning you woke abruptly, still in Butterfly's embrace, and drowsily swiped your menu open. Hey, honey, the log-out button is back, you mumbled groggily with a yawn as you wriggled away from him a little to stretch. Butterfly stirred and turned his head to kiss your forehead as he woke up, half missing you as you scooted back from him. That's wonderful, sweetheart. We need to log out, baby. We have 20 minutes before school starts, you said, rolling over onto your other side and aiming to hop out of bed. Butterfly's eyes shot open, and he launched out of bed, running for the bathroom to his left. Where are you going? You laughed as he came running back out again. There's no toilet there, and no sink either. I need to brush my teeth, he said urgently, befuddled by the lack of necessary items in the bathroom. We don't have bodily fluids that need expelling in RFO. Wait, why do we even have a bathroom in this house then? You laughed as he ran around in a panic, looking for what you presumed were his school clothes. I'll see you at school, Butterfly said quickly as he threw his cloak on and grabbed for his sword, running to where you were still lying on the bed and kissing you on the lips before turning and bolting for the door. Wait, Tamaki, we're still in RFO. You need to log out to go anywhere, you called after him as he dashed out the bedroom door, heading for the front door of the house. As soon as he heard you, he came barreling back into the room and swiped his menu open, logging out while still mid-run, and his avatar stumbled and did a few very uncoordinated pure titan movements and face planted into the floor while you watched on with a mixture of horror and amusement on your face. After finishing laughing at his antics, you sighed and hopped out of bed to retrieve his crumpled avatar and lie it down on the bed so that he wouldn't find himself prostrate on the floor when he woke up next. Well, better get to school, you thought, sitting back down on the bed and regretfully swiping the menu open and then pushing the log out button. The rest of the morning went smoothly for you. You knew you were going to be late anyway, so that panic had completely left you. Unlike poor Tamaki, who sat bolt upright once he had logged out of RFO and jumped off his bed to run to the bathroom. Psst, your bestie hissed at you in class. Why are you late? Did you get stuck in RFO? I heard there was a glitch and a heap of people got stuck in there for like 6 hours. You nodded at her, keeping one eye on the teacher so you wouldn't be caught talking in class. Yeah, you whispered back. Tamaki and I slept in the game overnight. Oh, she whispered slyly. Slept together in the game? Not like that, you whispered harshly. Well... A devious smirk crept across your lips and she gasped dramatically and smacked her hand over her mouth. I knew it, you devil, she sneered in a hushed tone. BF, if you have something to say, would you mind sharing it with the whole class? The teacher suddenly called briskly, cutting your conversation short. You blushed and sank down in your seat, and your bestie fell silent. At the end of school, you were getting your bag from the lockers when Tamaki appeared silently beside you. Ah! Oh, Tamaki! Oh my god, you gasped, clutching your chest and wheezing. Where did you come from? Did you max out your hiding skills or what? Oh, sorry, Yin, he said softly. I thought you heard me. Nope, you're as silent as a butterfly, you said with a coy smile as you turned and kissed his cheek. Did you sleep well in game last night? I haven't had a chance to talk to you about yesterday. Oh, yes, I slept very well. Thank you, he said softly. That's good, you replied. You leaned up and kissed him, and he returned your kiss eagerly. As you initiated a deeper kiss, his hands emerged from his pockets and found your sides, gently caressing just under where your school shirt rested, so his fingertips were touching your bare skin. You feel just as soft as in RFO, he whispered. Hey, tell me something. Are these the same size as in RFO as well? You asked curiously, guiding his hands to your breasts. He blushed as he cupped them over your school shirt and nodded. Oh, really? Interesting, you mused. So that must mean that you must be the same size too as what I felt in RFO, you added with a smirk. You're packing some serious heat, my man. You poked your tongue out and swiped it tenderly across his lower lip. Tamaki let out a soft groan of approval and pulled his body into yours, sandwiching you gently between the locker and his body, his hands sliding from your breasts back down to your waist again. Oh, you chuckled, getting a little bolder now, baby? He blushed and pulled his head back and looked away. You giggled. Sorry, I'm just teasing, you added as you kissed his cheek. And there ends chapter 49. Stay tuned for chapter 50, coming tomorrow.